Hey, hey, universe and mining family. Grab your shovels and your pickaxes. Welcome to the show. I'm Nemesis, and of course, I'm not your babysitter. Do your own research. But let's dig in. And I haven't done this one for a couple of weeks. I've been slacking, been pretty busy. I tried to do these on Friday. I've been extremely busy trying to set up my mining series information stuff for everybody. And I'm like super stoked. I hope everybody enjoys it. But let's dig into what to my little technicals of my rigs. Now, I don't break down my entire mining farm. I just kind of take a card from each one of my rigs, and then one of my ant miners, and kind of see what the profitability is from week to week. So my GTX, my GTX 1070s, which is a gigabyte, tends to have 30 mega hash on average. The GTX 1070 Ti's are right around 31 mega hash on average. The Ti and the non-Ti, they're so close to each other, it's unreal. Like, there's times where the 1070 Ti is at 20, just under 30 mega hash, and I've seen my 1070 almost at 32 mega hash. So they do fluctuate. So profitability between each card type is real nominal. You're talking pennies sometimes. Sometimes it's 10 cents, sometimes it's a penny. Sometimes the 1070 actually does better on a particular given day. So that's just what I've noticed. But for today, it looks like the 1070 and the 1070 Ti, from the point that I looked at everything and did the calculations, looks like all those GPUs are actually making the same amount of money right now. So right now, both the 1070 and the 1070 Ti as of today is pulling in 51 cents per day after electric use, which each card is set up at 100 watts, which in my area is right around like 24 cents a kilowatt hour. 10 cents a kilowatt hour, which equates to about 24 cents in electrical use for the 1070 and the Ti. So basically for today, they both made 27 cents. I'm going to be able to quit my job today because I made 27 cents. Not. But comparing that to Friday 2 weeks ago, my profitability is actually down just a pinch. Does that mean a whole lot? I could be more profitable come this afternoon. I've seen it kind of just fluctuate all over the place. I've seen 40 cents, I've seen 25 cents. So I'm not really 100% concerned with what it does on a day-to-day average. It's basically at the end of the month, what did it average out to, or the end of the week, what did it average out to. It depends on what coin I'm mining, and depending on if I'm cashing out at the end of the week or if I'm cashing out at the end of the month. I tend to like to try to cash out at the end of the week. This way I'm not getting hit with so much of the price fluctuations. It just makes it a little bit easier. Whenever you're mining, it's just like investing. You got to kind of pull your emotions out of it and go mine the coin, trade it in for Bitcoin. That's the way to go. And then I've got the E3 ant miner. They pull in 200 mega hash on average. I've seen them hit almost 400 mega hash a few times. So I mean, again, they do widely range even on mining equipment, and it doesn't matter what kind of mining equipment you have. The mega hash will that you see being put into the pool will actually have a wide range. It's due to some of the latency in the network. If you're like in the middle of doing a calculation and it took you a few seconds, it'll drop your mega hash down for that brief moment. So there's a few factors in that'll swing your mega hash around, but on average it's 200 mega hash. This week, for today, it pulled in $3.34. the E3 Antminer pulls in 765 watts. So if you really do the calculations on it, it's actually pretty efficient. So the cost of running it doesn't change. Doesn't matter what you mine, how little it costed, how much you didn't make or how much you made. The cost to run the equipment is always the same. So it's $1.84 to run the E3 Antminers per day for my area, which means today I made a whole whopping $1.50. So today's pull-in was $2.04 compared to 2 weeks ago Friday, which was $2.48. So as you see, the swing on it's not huge. But, I mean, if you're sitting there, you're looking at the end of the year, and you keep missing these pennies and 10 cents here, 10 cents there, at the end of the year, they can equate to $100, $200. So that does affect your bottom line in the long term. Now, for me, I'm kind of coming into winter time, so I'm able to dial back some of my fans and stuff like that. And so what I've actually done is I've dialed back fans in my mining room. I've taken out all the exhausting fans, and I've got one fan drawing air coming in, and I don't even have it up that high. It's probably around, if I had to take a guess of where my CFMs are now, because this is what I was running beforehand, which was 4,000 CFMs, which was giving me an exchange rate of 194 times per hour. All the air in the room would actually get exchanged out. So if you were to take this times this divided by this, it'll actually get you your number here, which you want to make sure that you're at least exchanging the air in your room right around that 38 times per hour for a small piece of equipment. But you do need to take into account how many BTUs, how much heat is your equipment putting off. The more heat you have, the more you've got to circulate the air in the room to make sure that the equipment stays cool. Granted, all the equipment's supposed to be air cooled, so you don't need AC units to cool your equipment down. As long as you can move that air quickly and the air doesn't get heat saturated, the equipment will always stay cool. These are good things. You have to figure out the size of your room, so the height times width times length gets you your room size, and then your however much CFMs, which is the amount of air movement that your fans can move, times 60 minutes in an hour. Then you just divide it by the size of the room, and it'll cut you your how many exchanges per hour you're going to get. For now, I know I've dialed it back, so I'm at right around, let me get that to type in there, 750, which gets me around 36 times an hour that I'm actually now exchanging the air in the room for. Now, I'm still generating around 1800 BTUs of heat, but the air that I have coming in is around 40 degrees. And at night it's hitting almost 32 degrees. So I have a better way to be able to get rid of the BTUs. So because the air is so much cooler coming in, I can actually drop the fan's speeds down. I've got a regular box fan that you would be able to pick up at any store across the country. It's nothing special. And I have it on low. And because it's blowing into the house, it's taking that cold air from outside and blowing it right across the rigs, which is effectively, very effectively, cooling down the rigs. And by the time it gets to the last bit of the rigs, which is my ASICs, the air is actually warmed up enough to be able to blow into my house and keep my house. It's 40 degrees outside. Let me just double check that. I'll look at my phone real fast here. And it's actually 36 degrees outside, and it's 77 degrees in my house with no furnace being on. I have not turned the furnace on yet. I've been warming my house up with my machines, So I also been able to cut that expense out of my budget. I no longer have to worry about gas or an extra fan to blow that extra heat all through the house. I've got a fan in my window. I have a fan at the end of my rigs just to kind of help pull air through my room. And then I've got a fan off to the side over here. You could probably hear it on my mic. That's actually blowing the heat, the hot air in my living room towards the back of the house. So I'm properly heating up my whole house. The only thing it gets a little cool is the back bedrooms. I found that if I crack the windows just a pinch and let the air kind of blow through the house, it seems to let the heat come into my back bedroom. So I've been able to cut down costs coming into winter time all over the place. I plan on actually building another rig to put into the back of the house to help heat the back of the house up. Little 8-card GPU rig will do the trick. So with that being said, guys, I hope you find all of this very informative. I hope you all like this. If you do like this and you have any questions, certainly do drop it down in below. Any questions whatsoever about anything that I've gone over, certainly drop a comment in down below. I will personally come back and answer any questions you guys have. So please ask me anything. That's kind of why I've got this information out here. If you're wondering how to cool your room down more effectively, yada yada yada, I will help you out to the best of my knowledge. And yeah, and while you're down there, hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, and share this video with other people that you think might be benefiting from information like this. And with that being said, guys, I will see you all on the next one.